So with Flexbox, you have this ability to control, to have total control of your div. One of the things that is limited for learners is that the ability to be able to to float or to position a div anywhere they want it. So that's one of the challenge. Not being flexible, not having the ability to be able to walk or position a particular div or element anywhere you want. So the reason why we are using Flexbox is because Flexbox is very easy and not technical like float. Even before Flexbox, we use float and inline block to achieve the same purpose. But Flexbox is very simple, and the normal responsiveness is very easy, very easy. So basically, what we are going to be doing today is to build a similar application. Then here we have a logo. You can see we have a logo here. Then in this logo we have uh, a home with hover, a black background with kind of a transition. Then yeah, we have this cat. We have a card with two diff here. Welcome to Skyline Artistic Consult. Then we have this VSG picture, a black picture here. Then when you scroll down, we have these three cards, footer. So these three cards here with a logo, icon. This icon, right? This icon. We have these three icon here. So basically, this is what we are going to be building. Here we also have a background. You can see we have a background here, and then our boxes are inside the background. So basically, this is what we are going to be building. Let's move forward by creating a folder, as you all know, then by also creating a file, a CSS file, and then getting these images. I will be downloading these images from here. I can decide to use online images, but I will be downloading it for the purpose of learning, so that those who will not have access to the internet will know how to go about that. Okay, what we are going to be doing next is to get the folder we're going to be working with. I think our folder is offline training, right? Okay, okay, offline. This one, right? So this is our folder. So we're going to be select folder. Then um, after you've done that, we are going to be creating a folder for the purpose of this website. So my folder name will be created inside the offline training. I will say class 26. Huh? Right, and then this is my class 26. Inside this class 26, I will create a CSS folder, image folder, and then then create my HTML document. So I click on here, then there is to create a folder. I will create a folder images. Then we have inside the image we have this folder here. They're also going to be creating CSS. You can see we have two folder here. We have the CSS, we have the images. Um, okay. The next thing I will be doing is to copy the images I'm going to be using. Okay. Okay. So saying we what we need to do next is to copy images. We are only going to be using two images for the purpose of this course. One is the Skyline ICT logo, and the other one is a VNG image type. Um, to download a VNG image type, let me show you how to do that. You have to come to your browser, make sure they are connected to the internet. Um, you type, let's say, uh, V SVG icon. So this is it. Then enter. So you come to the first website here and click on FVG icon. So FVG icon are just they are good icon. You can either download the icon. There are libraries out there you can also use. The way you are using awesome font, you can also use it. There are libraries there you can, but I don't prefer library. I prefer downloading the image. So, so let me just look for training people. And the people should give me. So we have trying to okay, trying to get this is okay. Let me make this okay. What you are going to do is to view image. If you want to download, you can click on view image. Then this is the image we are using. They all need to do is to right click and save as, right? When it save as, here you will see the type of the image. This is PNG. No, no, no. What I need is not PNG, SVG. Ah, oh, this one don't have background. Okay, let download. Don't worry. Let download. Let just download. Let download. So you can just download the image, download as file. The type is PNG. Then we are going to be looking for the location for our images, right? For our location for our project. That should be offline training, right? Okay, this is the folder. Then 26, which is this. Then this image. I will say team, hmm, right? Save. Another thing we are going to be getting the Skyline logo. I think you go skylineict.com, go to the official website. Oh my God, my God. Okay, here is there's the logo. So what I'm going to do is to say like click and click on view image as source. Then this is the image you are going to be using and save as. Then I'll say logo, then save. We are done with getting our images right. We need to start. We need to start building as soon as possible. Okay, start building as soon as possible. Okay, let's move ahead.
The image can't be web file. Abi?
It can be a web file. What is the format? That is, a web file will not work. So it's important you use. Okay, we are done downloading our images. Right here is our image. Here we have the two images, this and this. So these are the images we have, right? So what you are going to be doing now is to create a file. It's HTML file. I'll call it my float website or flexbox website. So here is where I'm going to be creating that. Inside the folder of 26 class, I click here, I will say float flexbox flex website .html. And this is what we have here. I'm also going to be creating my CSS file. Okay, let's do that when we need CSS. We'll first build the skeleton of our project, right? We'll build the skeleton, then we'll start doing what? We start we start doing what now? Respond. Start styling, yes. Right. Okay. I would first change my compiler or interpreter to HTML. Then what we are going to be doing now is to first generate um, start by first. Also, let me my Mr. Wonsu, please can you extend help me and power that thing there till my laptop is not charging. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. All right. As usual, let's generate our first HTML file. So it has been generated. So here we'll write a Flexbox website. So if we save that, let's try to view our first website. So what we need to do is to click here and click open with server. If you already installed the live server, so if you have not installed it, you need to open it locally from your local folder. So this is what we have here. When you look at here, we have this as what as our Flex website. Okay, let move ahead. Okay, another thing we are going to be doing when you come to the website, you notice that we have when you come to the website we are building, we have this logo, right? Then here we have work, services, and join, right? So we have these three stuff. Then we have this light blue, right? Then so let's create that. Before we create that, you can decide to inspect or would not just to inspect to know what and what we have here. So this is what I'm going to be doing very very quickly. So I'm going to be doing now. Okay, what I'm going to be doing here is very very fast. Um, in the head, I'll first have my head creating a style a class called head. Then inside my head, I will have two div. The two divs I will have the one will have the logo, while one will have the word, the UL, right? So like say another one is uh, logo, right? Okay, now we have one div here. Inside the div we have a logo. Then we also want to add another div there. We can use a UL, right? Then can decide to give this one a class or decide not to give the class. So just give it a class of what? Now, right? Not bar, right? Not bar. Okay, now inside here we are going to be writing our li, right? Li and the anchor. We need anchor and li to achieve what we want. So to get li, we want what you need to do is do li, right? Then then we have anchor. Yes, can say times 4. Then we have li. Oh, sorry, we didn't generate this one. Just hold on. We have to generate this thing back. It didn't finish well. Li this uh, times 4. Then no. Li times 4. We have this. Okay. Are we together now? We can now generate the full the opening tag and closing tag. So here we need to put slash because we are not linking it to anywhere. But in the nearest future, we'll build a project where we can be able to link it to different pages. Okay, also, this one, this one. No, this div is a container that contains all this everything. So that is it. So this one is the logo, our logo. Why here is our now, right? So I will say home, then services, um, account, then login. Okay, can see what we've done. We can check out our header to see what is happening there. Okay, okay, this is what we have, right? We have this blue on the underline and this bullet button. So if you notice here, we have this kind of space, right? We have space wrapped around this element. It happened because UL come with default margin and padding, right? So every inline element, every block element have a come with what default margin and padding. So next thing we are going to do is to add our logo. So we are going to be adding our logo by using what img then dot slash. This is the image. This is where we are getting it from. So the reason why I assume that if you use slash, it will show you the whole folder, right? But if you use dot, that means dot means one step ahead. Are you getting me? Then slash, you will now see all the list of the current folder you are, what is there. So you have the image, right? Then we have the logo. Are we together? Mr. Musa, are we together? Okay. So let's view our site again and see what we've been able to do. Now this is what we've been able to do, right? So the next thing we are going to be building here is building our header, our let's say content container, where we have this we have this and we have this picture here. Then this kind of nice background. Let's move ahead in doing that. So what we are going to be doing next is to create. See if you look at this div here, this particular div ends here, right? Ends here, right? And we are going to be creating a different div also. Then I can in that different div we'll say content area, right? Content area. Enter that content area. We need another exactly we need to create a container. Yeah? We need to create a container. The reason why I'm creating a container, I want all my I want all my container. Yeah? I want everything inside my body to be aligned so that we will not notice this other one. Let's say the container box is more have more margin, left margin than the two div. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to create a container where I will just give it one margin left, so that all of them will be in the same length. So let's do that. Let me explain more so that you understand what I'm saying. Okay, now if you notice well here, if you view this in a full screen, you will see that all these things are in the same alignment, right? So this is the work of the container. Whenever I want it to be in the same alignment, I'll just use that container. Say container dot alignment left alignment. I'll give it this particular alignment I want. So that is the reason why I'm adding this inside the container. Then when I add inside the container, I will now create my I will now create my content area. So we have content area. In our content area here, um, okay, content area. So in this area now, I'm going to be having my container. Instead, remember when you convert a particular div to a flex box, every element inside there becomes what? An item. We did that in the last class, right? When you convert a particular div, if I convert this div now to a flex box, every other element inside this content area becomes an item. You grab now all those item here will now float to the center. They will now align becomes an inline what element. So what I'm going to be doing here is to use my content area. I've explained to you the reason why I'm using content area. So I'll say content, sorry, container. Can you see use any name you want? Container. Then inside the container now, I will be creating my main con area. That content area will be having two main content area inside. I can now the reason why it's happening is because I am using this content. this container here. Now, the reason why I'm using this container, if I comment on this container, what I don't need to do is to just spread two box only. Are you getting me? But if I float this content area to display as flex, this particular content area, this one here, if I float this content area display as flex, it will affect this content container. It will still affect those two boxes. Are you getting me? So the best way to do it is to create another container inside the container. Then you now create the boxes there. So that if I want to float to leg, I will now float the container I'm creating. So that it will not affect this other container. You understand? We'll do it when we start. So you understand what I'm trying to explain. So what we are going to do here inside this container, I'll be creating another container. Let me say main box, then boxes, not main, sorry, main, I can just say content, content box, right? Okay, right. Here we have this. If I want to display as flex, it's only this one I will display as flex. If I display this one as flex, it will affect this container. Are you getting me? But the reason why I'm using this container is to make sure that I align all my text to a particular alignment. Just and what I'm going to do is just cut the container. Imagine this, and it automatically affect every element in my word, in my site. So let's move ahead. I'm going to duplicate this because here we have about two of it. All right, we have about two of it. So then we have the main container, which is this. Now, so what we are going to be doing next is to add is to copy right up. So we're going to be copying right up. I will copy all this. Okay. Yeah, I'll have each one. Hmm? Then I'll paste this here. Let's break it down so that we can be able to see our full screen. Now, what I'm using as H1 is just this welcome, right? Every other one will be in paragraph. I have to just cut this, then put it here. Then I need to create a paragraph, which is P. Then I have to just copy all this, and this is what we have it. Okay? First content area. This is the one we are working on, this content area. Then let's focus on the second content area. So the second content area, which is this one, which is this one here, is an image. So we are going to be using image for that. Um, okay, you need to call the image element, img, enter, then dot slash, the image and the theme. We still need to look at our project and see what is happening there. Okay, this is what we have here. Hmm? Everything is going as planned. So the last one we are going to be using is what we are going to be creating next is what we call what are we creating next? The footer, the boxes. All right, creating the footer. So set the footer. Okay, footer div. Right, still going to be having the same container because I want my footer to be the same with my main container. I still going to be copying the same container. Let me just copy the class name. Container. Inside the container, I have my main box. Inside okay. This is the container. So inside this main box is what the one is the one I will flow toward. I will add a display. So we need two boxes here. That is two. All right. Inside this, okay, three boxes, right? Not two. So boxes times three. Okay. Inside these boxes, we have so inside these boxes, we need to go grab those contents. We'll grab this one first. We'll grab this, then we copy, we'll come back. So we're still going to have each one. So press this here. Um, we're not making use of this for each one. So put it in paragraph. Right. So what I'm going to do, I just need to copy this. I come to the next one, duplicate, come to the last box, duplicate. I will go and grab those remaining write up. I'll grab this one, copy. Okay, this one we have here. Okay, going ahead. So I'll have to grab this software, right? Okay. So the next one here, we're going to be grabbing the last content. Or the grabbing web development. Grab this. Okay. I'm also going to be grabbing this. Okay. I think we are done with the main. Um, we are done with everything, right? So let's quickly grab awesome font. Let's quickly grab our font. Then also grab our font. We want to give all the H1, H2 a certain font size, font type, font family. So if you call me, you will notice that we have icon here. So you need to go to awesome icon, icon, awesome icon, so that we can quickly grab those things. So go to icon. If you have not create account, make sure you create account so I can have your code. So do that quickly. Okay, we have the free icon here. So when we come here, we have web development, web training. Can say app, app dev. Can we have anything similar like that? No found, not found. I would say app. I just see dev. Hmm? HTML. Okay, let's just make use of any of this. Still development. So grab this. So what we have here is what do we have here? Solid, right? Solid code. So quickly go back to our okay. So app development. So what we're going to what we are going to be calling here is All right. Inside this L, we call it class. Class of what? FA what? Um, FA what now? How to do that in the notes here. So next is FA what? Um, um. So let's see what happened. FA code. So it didn't work. We need to get our what? Our library, right? Our link. So to get your own personal link, you come here, then scroll down to manage Git. Then scroll down to where we have web font. Click on web font. So see your code here. This your code, right? Wrap it. Then go put inside your head. Start the open tag of your head of your website. So here what we have the code here. Let's quickly see what happened here. So this is right. We got this. So let's do the same thing with software training. Okay, we need to go back. Trying to see how I can close this. Let's just go back. All right. Okay. We don't have no fund. Let me just use people. Or education. Education. We should have fund for that. Um. Okay. Let's go with this. What do I have here? Solid person. Okay, let me just copy that. That is too long. Are we together? All right. So what I'm going to do is
Can you have more than one script?
sorry
Can you have more than one script?
for the script for the head.
Yes.
You can have more than one script, different kind of script. You can have more than 20. It all depends on the functionality of the script, what you are using it for. So let's go down. We already grabbed the okay. We are putting this here, right? Okay. If possible, we just have to break it down. Good. Okay, we have this here. So let's just grab in code another okay. Let's grab in software, software. Let's grab in this. Uh, what do we have there? Okay, we grab this. Come down here and okay, let's put this here. Okay, I think we are done with the icon. I have to close this. No longer need that. So we are done with the icon. Okay, another thing going to be focusing more on now is to import Google Font. Uh, this is what we have here. So we're going to import Google Font. Look at the Google Font we can use. Then we utilize that. We make use of that utility. To import Google Font, you need to just go to Google Font. The other day we learned how to use Google Font with HTML, right? Adding in the head. But today we're going to be learning how to import that in your CSS. Instead of using HTML, you can just import it what in your CSS using your CSS file. But before I do that, let me quickly create a CSS file. So here we have a CSS for the style CSS. All right. Okay, we have this here. Let's try uh, by removing padding and margin, right? Removing the padding and margin, we don't need that. This is what we call global what? Global selection, right? So my margin zero, then the padding what? The padding zero. Then we add the flex box, right? Um, we add the what's it called? What are we adding next? The zero. Then where the flex go? All right, okay. So next thing we're going to do is to connect. This is just the basic to connect our CSS, right, to our HTML. So we go to the head here, straight to the head. Then just let me add it here. Link. We enter. Then dot slash the CSS. Then we have this. So good to go. Okay, let's go grab. Let's just see what happen. Look at our side. Can see it here, right? No padding, no padding, no margin. So I think we are good. Okay, another thing we are going to be doing now is to another thing we're going to be doing now is to get Google what Google font and so just go grab Google font. So we have this here. All right, I'm going to remove all these fonts. I don't need this font. I'm going to removing them. So I still want to use one font. So they have one class. They have one class, please. They have one class. All right. This is the font. So you can search for the this front, not front, not icon. You are giving me icon. Okay, fonts. Right. Just go search any of the Google font you want. So basically, in my body, I'll be making use of. Okay, I'll be using this for my body, right? The body of my application. So this is fair, right? I'll click on this. I already added it. That's why you're seeing remove. So we scroll up here and click on this. So we are grabbing this. We are not grabbing link. Are we together? Um, we are not grabbing link. This link, we are grabbing import, right? So grab import. Don't need to just copy this import. Then come to your CSS file. Then import the CSS here. You have to remove this style. If you are doing it inline, you can make use of the style. If you are not doing it inline, no need to use the style. Just use at import, then just put the link. So I also need to grab I want to grab my font family. This is the font family here. So then inside my global selection, I want all my let's say all um, my content to have the same font. So I just need to just paste it here. So it will affect all the elements, both in my head and other area. So all right. So this is what we have, Abi. We have a nice this kind of font, right? We have this font. Then another thing we are going to be doing now is to grab a different font also for our each one, right? So I need to remove this. Let me look for a font that look like a font that look like harmony, very white. Alright, white like Oyibo. Alright, let me get a font. Just trying to get okay. This one is okay. Look like harmony, yeah. Let's grab this font. Harmony, you know this font? Alright, okay. We click on select. Then we come here. import. So we copy. Uh, so I don't need pasting this here. We don't need this. Removing that. Okay. Let's grab the font, the CSS. Let's grab the CSS font. Okay, this is the CSS font here. Um, okay. Then let's see. Let's see what we have here. So we have our H1, right? H1. We have H1, H1. So we come here, H1. So our H1 will have one style, one font. So we can decide to give it a color of this yellow color yellow. Hmm? So let's see what happening there. So this is our color, right? This is the color we are using. Are we together? Mm-hmm. So this is the color we are using. We need to give a background. Hmm? Get a background that look like harmony. So get nice background. So here is body, and background. So we take this. So just need to grab. Check it out. Okay. Okay. This is what we have, right? Hmm? Are we together? Usually, if you want to remove this, what's it called this? If you want to remove this underline and this list type, we go to the UI. But in a situation where you don't need, you're only using one, like you're only using one UI, so you can just go to the where you have your global selection and remove it. Just add it. It will affect it immediately. Instead of you styling it, it will make you have plenty of code. So if you want to do that, you can quickly come here. Here, this place we have our list type, which is the what? Uh, list type is the bullet, right? So equals to none. What's happening? Okay, equals to none. So if we go back there, it's no longer there. Huh? The reason why you're not seeing it is because there is no margin. There's no margin for you to see it. If you want me to add margin, I'll add the margin back again. You will still stay there. But notwithstanding, let move. We don't have time. So test what the corrector, right? Test the corrector. The correction goes to none. Right. Okay. See what we have here. Abi? So let's reduce our logo. Reduce our logo now. I think we need to reduce the logo. I'll come to my HTML. Can still use CSS to do that by calling the image tag. So where's our logo? Okay, here's our logo. We need to put weight to 100. Let me see what's gonna happen. I'm not giving you weight. I'm just giving you just height. Well, weight actually. So I think I'm okay with this logo. Hmm? Then we are good with the logo. Next thing is to add background in our. Uh, so here we have a header, right? So we need to add a background in our header. Mm. We are done with this. You just click here. Then we are done with this. You just click here. So that we can now have we know our VS Code will not be rowdy. If it be rowdy now, we will keep making errors. All right. Background as usual. Mm. Dark blue, light blue. Okay, let's see what we have here. Then the weight should be 100%, right? 100%. Then so can height height. I don't know. I mean, how much height I'm giving it. Let's say let's say 100 first. Let's try with 100. Then if it's not okay, we can do what? Can adjust, right? Okay. This is what we have here. This is what we have here. So let's move ahead. So next thing now is to uh, convert our our what header to flexbox, right? Right. Now let me show you another thing now. And you need to know. Now if you come here, you convert this man to flexbox, right? Now when you convert this man to flexbox, this div and div becomes what? Flex what? Eh? They becomes what? Yeah, right? They become yeah, right? They become flex item, right? They will become flex item. Now, we have a problem here. Here is a div, a block element, right? Here is also a block element. And if we use display to float, display to what? Flex, it only affect the two div. It will not affect other two blocks elements. Yeah, you will see it now. Let display to flex so you understand what I'm trying to say here. Display to what? Flexible flex. So if you display to flex, if you come here, this is what we have. This one is still what? Still standing, right? It's still standing. So this is the situation we have. When you have this situation, it means that the UL and the LI, they are what? Block elements. Okay. You are not seeing the column. Okay, we'll do that. Do that. We'll do that later. Okay. So what we are going to do next is um we have this here. So we need to convert our UL to what? To flex as well, right? So UL, then uh the logo display to what? Flex. So so this is what we have here. Abi? Yeah. Hmm? This is what we have. Hmm? Okay, let me change the color to white so that you guys can see it very clearly. Don't worry, we'll come to that later. Don't worry yourself. Come to that later. So you see what we have here, right? Now, what's happening here? Okay, let's see what happened. Okay. So what are we going to do here now? Hmm? Yeah. So let's add a bit of margin a bit, and then so that we can have space among our what content. So no, we are not adding margin here. We are adding margin the UI, right? Okay. Before we do that, let's use let's start here. Let's use justify justify content. Let's try with center. Okay. Then what are we going to use next? Can somebody tell us? Hmm? So let's try to give a space. Let's use space within, right? Space around. Then let's see what happens. So we have this space, right? Right. Um, we have this nice nice space. And sometime when I'm working, I would like my uh, I would like my logo should be this other side. Why this one to be this other side? So we are going to be using what we call space between, right? Space between, so that we will not have a space. Let's see what happen. So this is what we have here, right? Hmm? This is what we have here. Now, if you notice also our logo and uh, our logo and URL list, our list is in the top, right? So we need to try to bring it to the center. So what are we going to use? Um, what are we going to use? These are items. We use the align items. So you can see align item to what? To center, right? Okay. Um. So this is what we have, right? Hmm? Right? This is what we have now. And we need to add our background back so that we can change the color, right? We need to add our background back. So also, are you together? Are you together? Are you with us? Okay, okay. My father and me. All right. Okay. So what we are going to be doing next is to um want to add space. Want to add space around this element. Want to add space around this element, right? What are you going to use? Um, um, we can use space between. Let's see inside there we can see uh, justify content. You can see space around and see. Let's see what's going to happen. It didn't work right. So that means you will not still work. So don't worry, bother yourself. So you just need to come to Li, right? Hmm? Right? LIA, right? Uh, margin what? Margin run, right? 20 pixel. Right, that one should work. Okay. We have it, right? We have this margin. Then let's bring back our background. Then text. Just say color. Color. Let's give it a color white, right? Uh, color. Color should be white. Then the background of our header, change it to harmony. Which color can we use? Other blue. Una go miss the blue when you don lose election. People will miss it well well. I think this blue is not encouraging. Just a darker one. Okay, I think this is okay. This is fine. So this is fine. Um so, are we working on the height? Let's reduce the height a little. Let's reduce the height a little to 80 pixel. Okay, I think we're good to go, right? Then we need to start over, right? So what are you going to use for the over? Kind of the yellow touch, right? Just need to maintain the yellow. Mm. Yellow touch and the black color, right? Hmm? Mm. Harmony, you are not responding. No. Oh yes. Good. Yeah, yes. I don't know what you're looking for. Yes. Okay. What we're going to do now? You need to copy this, guys. Then so sorry. Okay. Over. Right background. Background should be yellow. Hmm? Give it a darker yellow. Alright. Good. Then the color should be what? Color. Color should be the color. Any bright dark. Sorry, dark my dear. Dark color. Okay, let's know what's happening. Okay, you need to add kind of a padding, maybe. Eh? Now look at the problem now. If you come, why are we adding the padding? Eh? Why are we adding the padding? Nobody is saying anything. Why are we adding the padding? Eh? You're adding here, Abi? Eh? Abi? You see what happen now? If you add the padding there, you see what happen now. It will affect our flex boss. This will happen. The elements are shrinking, right? They are shrinking, which is not what we want. It's automatically adding, forcing the padding there. So what you're going to do, I'm going to be adding the margin here, padding. We're calling, we're going to be calling in a UL, hmm? LI and A, right? We don't need to throw these margins here. And are we there? So let's see what happens. This is what we have here, right? We're not having that. So our margin look too big, right? So let's reduce the top and, if possible, increase the what? Increase the left and right, right? So say bottom to 10, then left and right to what? 20, right? Okay, okay, good. So where are we? All right, right? Then let's give it a kind of reduce, right? Yeah, but reduce. So that reduce to 20, 10 pixel. Okay, are good, Remy? Good, right? Right? Are you good? Okay. Now, next one we are going to be working on is we're working on this, right? The content and this. Who can come and start for us? Who will volunteer? Huh? Nobody want to volunteer. All right, I think we are done with this, right? Uh, we are also done with this.
She wants to call me so that she needs to repart. I didn't come with the car. Yeah? I didn't come with the car.
Okay.
He said he didn't come with the car. It's not his. No.
Okay, okay, please, let's have one house. Okay, what we are doing next, what we are doing next, please look forward. What we are doing next is to, we are done with our header, right? So if you notice here, we have our content here, a container. And let me tell you the reason why I use this container. Though normally I shouldn't use this container because the big confusing for most of you. So I now the reason why I use this container is because if I use only this container and these two elements here without making use of this main, if I flow this element, this container, it will affect every other container. Are you getting the point? So now what I'm going to do here is let me use this container. Now what I want to do here, if you notice here, we I want all my item from this end to be in the same line, right? To be in the same line. You grab. So I'm going to be using that container to apply a kind of a margin left, or if possible margin all round, so that I can have a kind of a space. Let me see. I have to be able to have a space. If possible, I can have a space here too. And the way I have a space, the way that I have space here on this one. So let me grab that. Let me grab the container. I think I've already grabbed it. I grabbed the container. So what I'm going to be doing now is to call in the container. I'll say margin. Let's see. I'm giving the margin left for now. Margin left to 50 pixel. Are we together? So margin left to 50 pixel. Then let's see what happen. So if you notice now, see what we have, right? All these things are the same line. Have you seen it? They're all in the one what in the same line. That's the reason why I use that container. You can see all my item in my body have this container, this particular container here. This one have the container. So this other one have a container. So imagine you didn't use this container now. You've been doing that differently, like each of the element, which is very stressful. So this is why I use the that particular container. So let's move ahead. Um, when we come to uh, one should work now because it should work. It should work. No, what is the problem? Okay, now I'm coming to this man here. Hmm? I'm grabbing this man. Um, inside this man, I think I'm done with this container. I'll be adding a weight to what? 100%, right? 100%. Then background with darker blue. Um, okay, let's see what happening. Okay, this is what we have here. Hmm? So I'll be reducing this man. I'm going to be reducing this man. Let me pause this video so that I can be able to save more videos.